I'm not glorifying it at all. What I'm trying to say is there's a name to the game.
Right. You can't say that you believe in something and it's something totally different. Right.
Exactly. Right. Same thing with like the 90s and the late 80s. Like there was just a different type of hip hop generation that was like snitches get stitches, and that shit was legit. You know what I'm saying? Like legit. And I hate to say it like that because it's true. I look at hip hop as a great barometer of where our generation is going. Look at the rappers of today. Like what's considered hard today isn't really hard. Like I'm sorry, it's not. I'm sure that they do sell shit at the trap house and they do all this, but then you look at one of the biggest rap stars in the last 10 years in Tekashi 6ix9ine selling out stadiums all over New York, going planet Europe, whatever. Dude is he's testifying against half his crew. Like, I get it, dude. Like, I get why you're doing it. Like, I understand it in my head. Like, there's a lot. But, like, what happened to your code?
I think his code, I think all that was thrown to the side whenever his freedom was in jeopardy. But at the same time, there was a code within the gang that he's in, and they betrayed him. You know what I mean? Like, they set him up. They did a lot of things to him, and then he didn't even know it was them. And then when he figured it out, he was like, why would I defend these guys that literally tried to kill me? And now today he pleaded that he will not be doing a lot of time in jail. And then when he does go out, he will not take witness protection, and he will continue his rap career, and he will continue to live in New York. That's manhood.
We'll see. We'll see.
I'm not going to say the snitching part is, but I'm going to say that part is. Like, yo, I'm going back to my hood, and I'm going to continue to do what I do. He could have been like, yeah, I'm out. You know what I mean? That would have probably made it even worse. Like, oh, look, you're a punk. He's going back home.
Yeah, but I look at it, right?
The cost of what, though?
I don't know. But then you got, shit like this happens, right? And this is where cancel culture really comes into play, where the media overblows things, right? Mm-hmm. You got, things like, again, I'm not glorifying this or condemning this at all. I have to say these things before I speak. It's what happened with Louis C.K., Aziz Ansari. Like, false sexual allegations against these men.
Aziz Ansari was sexually allegated
for sexual misconduct.
2
years ago.
I remember that, yeah.
Right? And he came out with a whole special basically apologizing. When he didn't do anything wrong. You know what all that happened? He had a bad date. He shot his shot. He got told no. He walked away. Essentially, what happened? We've all had bad dates before. All of us. We've all been on a date with a girl. You thought you had the vibe. She says nah. You're like, okay, cool. You walk away, which is exactly what he did. But because he's a man, that lady decided to sue him and get money in attempts to cancel him, in attempts to silence him, in attempts to make an example out of him. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's fucked up. Louis C.K. is a little worse, but even then, it didn't go as bad as people thought. Did he beat off in front of women? Yes. But what nobody says in the fucking articles is that every person he jacked off in front of, he asked permission. And they said, yeah.
That's awkward.
It is. It's awkward.
The whole thing is awkward.
It's fucked up. But they want to cancel him. They want to not let him do his art in the city of New York or any club around the country because, first of all, there's no criminal charges against the guy. So he's innocent. Mm-hmm. Right? 2, all the women that came out in defense of him, so it's like, no, he was just weird, and I let him do it, and he finished. He didn't touch me, and he just beat off, and that's it. He was like, and on top of that, he apologized for it, and he helped me further my career. So all the women that came out to defend him, yet the media, the critics, the pundits, they want to cancel these men out. Instead of saying, wow, these guys are brilliant for what they do, their artwork, their brashness. Like, they want to cancel these guys out. Are they the best behaved men? No. Hell no. But neither are the pastors around this country.
Right.
So, I don't know, man. I feel like manhood is being attacked. While at the same time, cancel culture is the avenue on which manhood is being attacked. They want to cancel the man out because they believe, and I say they because there's no real face to these people.
Right.
They believe that we're the cause of all evil in this world, but we're also the cause of most of the good in this world.
Yeah. It's an interesting subject. It's touchy.
It is touchy, but I think it's why we do this podcast. Dude.
Right, 100%. It's just a crazy topic, and it's the time that we're on air is not even nearly as enough time that we can spend talking about this and other things, man. But it's sad. Like I said, man, I just feel like people ostracize other people for not believing in what they believe in, and it's a shame.
I agree. Look, I'm not trying to discount anybody suffering at the hands of a man. At all. Right?
There's plenty of people that have been abused.
From racism to slavery to mockings to lynchings. Look, I don't even know if... They're just saying, right, that all wars are caused by men. Are they, though? Like, maybe we're the ones who fight and initiate, but, what's the real root cause, right?
Power.
Helen of Troy was the cause of war. Hmm? She was a woman. Following her dreams, not following customs. Was she a rebel? Yes. Was she probably on the right? Yes. But guess what? She's caused a fucking war. Now, yeah, it's a fake story, but, it happened. But you know what's real, right? Rome went to war against Egypt over Mark Antony and Queen whatever her name was. Mm-hmm. That's real. So you're gonna tell me a woman didn't cause that either? I'm not saying that they're not wrong. I'm just saying that there's more to the argument.
Yeah, it's just looking at the big picture instead of detail. Of course. I love history, and there's a lot of cases out there. A lot of cases. Number one, religion has been a cause of a lot of wars. Power, ideology, regardless of religion, has been, okay, let me ask you this question. Why is it that men have always been the one to be like the top? You know what I mean? Or who caused that and what caused that and why?
Do you want my spiritual answer or do you want my...
because I want you to tell me the non-biblical, the non-spiritual answer because we know the answer.
I tell you this. I think that biologically, we're just built for that. I think we're wired that way. I know biblically why, right? I know biblically why.
Right.
But beyond the religious and the spiritual part, I think there's study upon study from bone structure to mental chemistry to just overall the way we're built as men. We're supposed to be that aggressive type. Mm. Period. Right? Even if a dude gets transgendered surgery, right? At a molecular level, he's still a man. That might not be a popular opinion, but biologically, that's a fact. Mm. Bone structure, still a man. Yeah, you might look like the hottest bitch in the world, and guess what, dude? You might even get me hard. Straight up. If I can't tell, I can't fucking tell. But if I go under a microscope and I look on an x-ray, there are genetic markers that show you that you're built to be a man. I think, even if it's through natural selection and Darwinism, I just think men were built to be the dominant out of the two sexes.
And we could even...
with exception of the few.
And we get in the few, that's exactly what I was going to say. Even if you look at animals, there was a natural order into this world, animals as well. The majority of the species and animals in this world, the male is dominant. Like you said, you're exceptions. In the elephants, which is the largest mammals that walk in this world, the woman is the one that's the dominant. It's a matriarch.
Matriarchal society.
But the alphas are still alpha though, because
the men still do the fighting for territory.
They're bulls, exactly. If you look at the pride of a lion, there is one lion,
multiple women,
but the women are the ones that are doing the work. But that's his territory. He goes out and scavenges an average of 11 miles per day, and scavenges his territory and make sure that there is no intruder. And even if you look at, and I'm gonna give you another one, which is probably the most creepiest thing ever, but the praying mantis, the women are huge, they're large. The female praying mantis and the male are so tiny, so that after they copulate, coitus,
they kill the man,
chop the head off and eat them, which is nuts. You know what I mean? So like you said, they're exceptions. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but even in human nature, right? Even amongst humans, there are women, very few, but this is biologically. You see it in sports.
There's many girls that can whoop our butts around town, bro.
But here's the fact: when you put the best woman against the best man, 99.99% of the time, facts. Okay, these aren't tennis matches from the 60s and the 90s can prove this. Okay, the best woman in the world still loses to the worst man in pro sports.
Yeah, I mean,
so here basically is, what's her name? Serena Williams, best female tennis player of all time. I think there's no doubt about that.
I don't think so either.
Right? Her versus Rafael Nadal. Rafael Nadal wipes the floor with her every time.
And she's probably bigger than he is, but it's just a different.
It's just different. Like naturally, here's the thing that most people don't want to talk about, and I'm not trying to say that women are any less, because there's many areas in humanity that women just whoop our asses in. The facts,
yeah,
right?
I mean, statistically proven, their reaction time is a lot better than men when it comes to.
Well, it depends on what it is.
Right, exactly. When it comes to certain things,
right? So, we men are more inclined to be naturally better at hand-eye coordination, at physical strength, at assertive dominance. Naturally, I'm talking about like if you're born with a penis, you just have these natural things in front of you. Now, what's honed and what's not is two different things. Right? These are biological things. Women, they're naturally made to nurture. They're naturally made to child rear. And I'm literally talking about making a baby inside of them. The most impressive thing in this world, a woman 9 months after having sex makes a baby inside of her body.
Crazy. Right?
Into another human being, and then raises that thing to somehow be either a man or a woman. Or whatever it chooses to be.
One of the most powerful things you could be, period.
We can't do that shit.
No, we can't.
We can't do that shit. They have higher pain tolerance. Women are statistically shown to have higher pain tolerance than men.
True. That's crazy, ain't it?
It is.
Wow.
Higher pain tolerance. Because they're supposed to power through to take care of a baby. That's what... Whatever you think, if it's, Darwin or natural selection or God, that's just the way that they were engineered. But because of those differences, I believe men and women are supposed to be working together. I don't want one sex or the other to cancel each other out. We should be working together and highlighting each other's strengths and weaknesses, and working together. And that's my opinion. And I think that media is overreacting to very few men. That they might be influential, but they fuck up and they lump the ones who are trying to say, hey girl, do your thing. Hey girl, be powerful. Hey girl, be the queen that you are, because these two dudes are selfish. They may want to jack off in front of a girl. And they want to cancel all men because of the few.
Yeah, maybe definitely got to do some more research on something like that. But I mean, I do, and I mean, it's just you can look at a lot of cases. There's many different ones. You know what I mean? And it's like saying, it's kind of like giving the speculation that when a woman comes out and accuses a man of rape or something like that, now it's like, oh, she's just trying to get the money. It's the same thing, right? Because she's a woman. I mean, that speculation is what I'm trying to say. That is the assuming